It's working. Got no comments. Oh, just gotta love Facebook, ain't you? Oh, Gemma Dowman, Claire Hill, Laura Elliott. Third, weren't quick that time, were you? Kev, what mate? Robert, Kilmarie, Mel Story, Yvette, Mel, Keely. It's only a quick one, guys. Judith, Tracy, Craig. All good, thanks, mate. All good. I still not had much sleep from last night. I can't get over it. Tony Turner Archer. Yeah, just can't get over it. What a night. Oh, what's happened to that? Oh, I've got problems. Do you know what? If it ain't one, it's another, ain't it? All right, Kev. Lisa. Just get a few on, then I'll start. You can watch it on replay. Oh, that one's gone. Oh. All sorts of problems here. I like to do it on all four, so I've got them all on all four. Okay, yeah. It was, weren't it, Yvette? Out of this world. All right, Jay. You all right, mate? I'm still, to be honest with you, I'm still buzzing from last night. Oh, you need to watch it back. Oh, Kev. Whew. Wow. What a place. Oh, I miss that one. Oh, no, don't make me go back on comments. Signal keeps going. Yeah, I'll watch through. Yes, no problem, mate. No problem, Robert. All right, Phil. Maria. Well, I'll start. Yeah, I can understand your messages, mate. No problem. I tried that stuff once, you know, that text speech thing. Yeah, it didn't work out too well. It really didn't work out too well for me. I am Sharon. I really am. I can let you know that I've already been on the phone with Craig and well messaged him and booked our next one. So, thank you for the stars, Paola. That's how good it is. I couldn't even wait. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get the next one in. I really have. Um, where do I start? Where do I start? I don't know where to start because there was so much last night. Oh, think of the stars, Kaya. Evening, Dre. You all right, mate? Where do I start? Well, what I do, well, thank you for the stars, Joyce. I'll start with thank you, Craig. Thank you for giving us a fantastic night, and your hospitality was absolutely amazing. The pair of you couldn't have made you feel more welcome. It was out of this world. You know, right down to little things like we're going to have a coffee break now. They were there. They made the coffees for you by the time you got down, and it's. But when he takes you around, this right when you get there, I'll take you around and he'll tell you all about it. If you ever go, take a pen and paper because he knows everything, every little item in that shop, in his museum, and he'll explain to you what they all are. And by the time you get out the first room, you forgot because it's just so much history on every right down to little bit. Do you know what? He's even got barbed wire from the war. little bits of barbed wire from the wall, and there's just so much of it in there. It is unreal. And do you know what I will say is, if you're in that area and you're going past it, go in and have a look. I can't remember how much it is to go, have a hour tour, or whatever it is around there. It's not expensive, but just go around there, have a look at the stuff they got in there. It's absolutely amazing, and it's not. It's all certified and proper stuff. Now, he's spent a lot of time with his haunted artifacts. He's not just got it down and I don't mind me talking about Craig. Oh, cheers for stars, Shannon. He's not just got an old item in, and someone said, "Oh, that's haunted," and then put it on the shelf. He spent every bit of item in there. They spent a lot of time investigating it to find out if it's haunted. I mean, he's been doing it 20 odd years, so he knows what he's at, and everything that's placed in there is haunted. And the way he's done it, it's amazing how he's done it. It really is. You know when you go into these places and you get a room and it's got all these this is the haunted artifact room. He hasn't. He's made sections all around the museum, and he's got haunted artifacts in each section. And what we found last night, it didn't matter what part of that building we put our equipment in, we got evidence. Put it over there, got evidence. Put it over there, you got evidence. Put it over there, you got evidence. And this, we actually run out of time last night. I had so many plans for last night. Right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. You know, we've based it on other places we've been to. I mean, we've done them all, haven't we? Done Ramming, we've done De Grey Street, we've done 30 East Drive. So you sort of get into your routine, don't you? So you go in, you think, right, we've got these many hours, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do that, do that, and that covers all your time up. Don't bother in there, you got no hope, because no matter where you start or where you go, it's just constant evidence. And then by the time you start getting through the night, because you don't want to move from that area because you've got such good evidence coming out, you think, right, look, I've got to move because like we need to move. So then you move and go in there. Then you start in there and it's constant, and then you get to the end of the night and you're like, wow, I've not done this, I've not done that, I've not done this. It's where's the time gone? And the stuff in there is absolutely amazing, And like I say, we've done them all. We've been to most of them, we've done them all, and you will not find a place like this. Now, when I went in there, I mean, our Kev Hawley, he found it for us, and he sent it over to us back in about August, September time. Said, "Hey guys, what about this for pay-per-view?" And we thought, you know what, we'll do this. Looked into it, started following, started watching it, and we looked into it, and we'll do this for our 1 year. Now, I didn't know when I got there, and I spoke to Craig. He goes, "Yeah, we've all put the work in, and we set this up back in August, I think he said." And to go there, you would think this place has been there years. I nearly fell over when he told me that, and you would actually think this place has been there years. The amount of work they have put into this place it's absolutely immense. And the artifacts in there. If you ever anyone goes there to investigate, take a pen and paper, because I just got thrown out with names here, there, and everywhere, and they do come out. There's no it's about, they constantly come out. There are ones to watch in there. You have to be careful of that. Play about with your head. Got me a good one last night. I've put a couple of vortexes on main page as well. The captures on your vortexes are absolutely brilliant. We've got full figures, we've got faces, they've even got a clown that's come out, and the clown kept coming out time and time again. Skulls, we've got skulls come out, full bodies. It didn't matter where you have it in the building, you will get something out in your vortex. The noises, well, I can't tell you about the noises. It's walking up the stairs. You can hear it as clear as day. Every one of us heard it, and it's not just like a little titty tat. He is actually walking upstairs, and you can hear it sort of like sort of 3, 4 steps, boom, boom, boom. And you're like, what was that? He's coming upstairs. And then you look, there's no one there. Nothing there. Scratching. You can hear a lot of scratching around there. Voices. You definitely hear a lot of voices. I could go on all night with what is in there. So I would highly recommend that you go out and hire this place because to me, and we've all said it, the whole team has said it, it is up there in the top. In my eyes, it's one of the top ones I've ever done. And that's in my eyes. And I like I say, you'll know we've been at all the big ones. We've done all the UK's most haunted places and all that. We've done them all. And I've never come across one like this. Oh, Kev, it's brilliant. The place is absolutely brilliant. Like I say, it's that good. I will be going back time and time again. I will be going back there because it's one that you're always going to get evidence out of, and you've never got enough time to do what you want to do in there. I think even when we go back again, and we booked it in February, I think when we go back again there, I still don't think I'm going to have enough time to do it all. On my own, all right, babe. But like I say, the hospitality they give you is unreal. Such lovely people. Do you know when I started? I had so much to talk about. You know, when you start and it just rolls off your head. When I know he's got some of the evidence. I mean, I know he's got Mary, the most haunted doll in the UK. Now, I didn't want to. I think as a team, you'd sort of you'd go in and because of her reputation, you go in and boom, you go straight to that doll, don't you? Well, we didn't. We decided to do something a bit different and go try other things and then come to her. Now this doll, wow, yeah, freaked us out. This doll has freaked us out. You're sitting there. We had Betsy first. Now we'll start with Betsy. We was about, what were we about? Me and Andy and Kev were about 3 foot away from this table, 4 foot away. So you heard something go over like that, woof, from the table, like that. It was probably louder than that. Andy goes to me, something's gone over on that table. So I go to have a look at this table. I'm there with my torch and I'm going, well, there's nothing on here to go over. I'm looking. There's a picture lent up like that with a little gap like this behind the wall, right to it. And it's a big picture, sort of, I'd say about that big. I'm looking, I'm going, Andy, nothing's fell over on this table. There's nothing on here. Because something definitely fell over. I goes, well, yeah, I heard it. I think we all heard it. There's nothing on here. And I see these 2 little feet poking out behind this picture like that. So I pulls these feet, and it was a doll about this big. And I said, well, that's the only thing that could have gone over. It's the only thing on the table that could have gone over like. Now it turns out it's a doll called Betsy. And she falls over and she goes and hides behind the table, the picture on this table. And she clear as bell done it right next to us. And you could hear it. And as you've looked around, you couldn't see it. But to get behind this picture, it couldn't have fell behind the picture. It would have sort of, I don't know, I can't explain it. It would have like had to duck down and like get behind this picture. It was weird, and that really proper freaked us out. Yeah, amazing, Kev. It's really weird how this doll got behind this picture, but it's the only thing on the table that could move to get to behind this picture. And then we were saying about it because Craig was on our live, and it'll help you out through it as you go along. If you pick something up that's relevant, it will come tell you in your comments, or he'll come up and tell you. And he put on there, yeah, that'll be Betsy. She quite regularly falls over, and that's where she always ends up, behind the picture. And then you're sitting there and you're scratching your head, and you're like, how did she get behind that picture then? So then we've come off her, and then we've had to go on Mary. And we're trying to get Mary to move and do their thing. You know what you're like when you try and investigate, you want something to happen. And we're sat there, and there's the 3, 4 of us were stood there, we're going, right, come on, Mary, move, set that off. And she set it off. Stop that, Mary, and she'd stop it. Now, we're not talking one device, we're talking 3 devices. We're talking an aeroflux with air pressure, we're talking a REM pod, and ATD temperature device. Now, I'm telling her to set them off, and that was all 3 of them went off. Boom, like that. Tell her to stop, and literally all 3 stop. Now, everyone knows you know the equipment. Tell it to start, that one to go, then that one, and that one. And when you tell them to stop, that one to stop, then that one to stop, and that one to stop. Not with this doll. It was boom, it stopped, and then all 3 of them would start, and then all 3 would stop. We was like, wow. And as we're doing these investigations, we all stood there, we went, their eyes are moving. We've all ducked down, we're like, her eyes are moving, her eyes moving. I'm not kidding you. This doll's eyes moved from forward to the right like that. 3 of us see it with our own eyes. We actually see it with our own eyes. This doll's eyes move like that. There's nothing there. It's a doll. There's no trickery, or you can check the doll. It'll quite happily let you check the doll. There's nothing in this doll. It's just a doll. And these eyes moved. Now, because we was a distance from with the camera, you don't sort of really catch it, because on the camera these eyes are little tiny things. So went back to screenshotting and all that, and I think Maria sent some in as well after the live. Rose has done some screenshots, and you can see clearly when we started working on this doll, her eyes were forward like that, and when we said about the eyes and done them after, her eyes were like that. This doll's eyes in front of us, 3 of us, and I can put my hand on my heart, we actually see this doll's eyes move like that. And absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like I say, so much. I got it's got a chapel area there. If you watch the live, you see me walk around. I was in the chapel area, and I picked up a little girl in there, and I had a sort of chat with this little girl. It was in it, and then I've come out. Confession box. That's what it was. I was in, and as I come out, I was quite upset with what I picked up in there. So I tried it on the Necro to see if I can get anything out that was relevant. Well, I think it was Rose I got to try and ask. I thought it was a girl. You asked, see if you can get anything out that's relevant to what I've just picked up. And everything I picked up was bang, 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 right answers, name, what happened, heartbreaking news, and all this and all that. But then but you could feel there was something weren't right about it. And we weren't so right, and then Craig come shooting up, and he said to watch out, because he's got spirit in there. Michael's not very nice, pulls at your heartstrings and does these sort of things, so be careful and try to investigate more. And said, well, and it turns out he was right. He was being played with by this spirit, Michael, that was pretending to be a little girl and pulling at your heartstrings. But I tell you what, he really did pull our heartstrings though with what was coming out. Like I say, Vortex was brilliant. Mind you, could have kicked Craig up the bum. He's got a shop. Now we all know what Rose is like at a shop, don't we? And anyway, she goes in this shop. I said, oh, please don't let me in the shop. Don't show the shop. So they all goes in. I stayed out for. I had a quick look around. Thought, well, I'm going out of here because I know what she's like. Anyway, they come out. The boys come out. First of all, Kev comes out. Then Andy comes out. Then I think Craig come out, and then Rose come out. I said, oh, what you boys bought? And they all went, nothing, this is all Rose's. And look, I've got to show you this, because this stuff's blown me away. Look at this box. I know it's back to front, but look at how amazing this box is. Right, it's both sides. And it's not printed in, it's actually, look, you can see, it's all raised lettering. You can see it. got all inside. So how amazing is that? A little planchet with it. It's got a little. It's already filled it up. A little planchet with it. You know. So I couldn't moan with these things that she come out with. Now, and she got this as well. Now this is on a stand. It's actually a tray, but it's on a stand as a table. Now how amazing is that? I don't know if you can see. Oh, I've just turned the light off. It's all got LED lights in it and everything. You can see. How amazing is that? And it's all, I'm not sure what you call it. What do you call it? Craig, you still on? What do you call that? It's like, I can't remember what you call it. You call it something. What's he put? So what it cost me. Oh mate, you always call it. Mention sure. Mate, I'm telling you now, Craig, you wait. When we come up in February, she's got a right list for you, buddy. She's already sat there and gone, oh, I want one of these, I want one of these, I want one of these. Ouija tray. It's amazing. It is absolutely, I must admit, it's probably one of the only times she's gone in the shop and come out with loads of bits. And she's got a little voodoo doll. It's a voodoo doll she got and all. She's got a little voodoo doll as well. I've got to be careful, ain't I? It's cool, isn't it? Yeah, she's got a list for you, mate. I've still got, I'll send you my board over as well, that I want doing. He makes all these, Craig makes all these. He's got some lovely stuff in his shop, and actually stuff he's built is actually placed around the shop as well, and you will look up around. And his equipment as well, he makes his own equipment, and I'll tell you what, it's absolutely awesome. Some of the stuff he makes, so he makes all this sort of stuff as well, and it is absolutely beautiful quality stuff. It's nice, isn't it, Tyler? I must admit, I couldn't moan at her for gear. She knows I like this sort of stuff anyway, so I think that's why she goes mad on it, because she knows I won't moan at her. But yeah, she's got a nice order for you now, Craig. Absolutely lovely order. She's already, I want one of these, I want one of these. So I must admit, even I've put some things on there. So, but yeah, so back to the museum, guys. I can't emphasize enough. If you like your ghost hunting, you want to get out, go and do it. If you don't do that, you're mad. And I'll tell you what, I said it when I was leaving as well. If you're a paranormal team, you go in there and you do not get some form of evidence or anything like that, then you need to give up, because that place is absolutely immense. It really is. So about an investigation, I was actually I was bouncing all night, weren't I, Pamela? It was just, the thing was, I was exhausted. When I come out of there, I was absolutely exhausted, because the excitement all night, all through the night. Well, I mean, what was there from, we got there at 7, but we kicked off at 8. We was there sort of till near 2 in the morning. And when you're bouncing that long, yeah, it gets a bit tiring, but it's well, I've still been going all day today. I've had about 2 hours sleep, and I'm still bouncing off it now. I'm going through all the screenshots. I've got hundreds of screenshots to go through. I've picked a couple out already. They're on our main page. Have a look at them. They're like examples of what we got, but we have got so much. There's so many screenshots have come in, and so many vortexes have just come in. I'm gonna have to do a folder for them, because we've never had so many actual evidence on a vortex as what we had last night. I think they just, everything in the building just thought, oh well, we'll pop in here and we'll like show a face in here. It was amazing. I've probably forgot things with the evidence, because it's like there's so much of it, but all it's like when we first started. We went in the big room with a table where we first started. I said, we're starting here. And we got, because it's quite a big room, so we've scattered the equipment out. And we picked a spirit up in there. And I've asked it, I said, take your time, but set that device off. Set that one off. Right. Now you've done that one, set that one off. So it sets that one off. So now you've done that one, it sets that one off. Set that one off. And he'd done that through about four or five devices. And I said, set that one off. And it didn't set it off. Well, okay. Not going to set it off. Not going to set it off. So I turns away, walks away, and it sets it off. I thought, oh. I mean, that was right at the very start. That was when you just first started. I mean, so as you know, some nights we go out, and it can take us half hour to get some, just to get a bit of evidence like that to come out. And that is used to shop on the internet. Go to Starlight. If you go on my page, there is links to the museum itself. You click on there, you can message and talk to them through there or whatever through there. I will put it on again after. I will put a nice link up so you can all go to it and direct contact then. Also, well, is I'm still speechless. I am still speechless. Every one of us has come away, and we've all turned around and said, "Wow, that's one of the best investigations we've ever had." Every one of us. Trying to think what else come out. There was just so much that come out. Like I say, the doll Mary never let us down. Like I say, we never target her straight away, which most would do. I mean, you'd go in there, if you right, let's get this most haunted doll in the UK. We'll target her first, see what we get out. My advice is don't. We didn't, you know. Try and go round the others first, and then go to her. I think because in my eyes, you burn. Everyone will target that doll, and I feel if you do it, she might not play ball with you. But if you go elsewhere, then she might get humpy because you've not gone to her first. It's just sort of how my silly brain works, but that's how I am. And I think it worked for us. I do think it worked. But if you hire it, you're there for hours. You've got plenty of time to get round. Oh, babe. You've got plenty of time to get round and do it all anyway. Well, at least every room. But the morgue, well, that's one, isn't it, babe? The morgue.
Yeah,
it's got a morgue in there, and it's got the morgue table. The morgue table, and he's got all these artifacts in jars. A real lung, brain, eyes. What else is it? A hand. He's got them all in jars on the side. And do you know what? I could spend hours just sitting in there looking at all these sort of things. And yeah, going again, Kev. I've booked it, mate. What was the date I booked it for? 12th. 12th February, bub. And it's, well, I forgot where I am now. And you go in there, but it's so cold in there. It's unbelievable. But even we went in and it's not very big, so we've done it in two bits. Me, Andy, and Kev went in there. We got REM pod. I mean, your REM pod will go all night. It'll go all night on command. Every room you put it in, you ask it to do it, it'll go off, then stop, and it will do that all night. If it don't, get yourself a decent REM pod. And it doesn't matter what REM pod we use. They like the REM pods, definitely like your REM pods. And then we swapped it to. We went down and had a coffee and let Rose and Keely have a go, and they were amazing. Picked up so much in there. Scratching, whistling. We've got whistling as well. They were whistling and got a whistle back. Now we were downstairs, we couldn't hear any whistling, and they're shouting. I said, "Are you whistling?" And I was like, well, no, we're in the kitchen drinking coffee. And I have actually played this back, and you can actually hear the whistle come back. I was desperate. The toilet, Kev, the toilet. I'll tell you, do you know what? That got me every time. He couldn't have put that mannequin in a better place. I'll tell you what, he's got this mannequin here. What is it from? It's is it Halloween or Friday the 13th? You know where he wears the ovals and the white mask thing. Not the baseball mask, the actual white face one.
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers, that's the one. That's the one. Now he's got one of these, and
His eyes are real.
you got the toilet. You have to go through a door like that, and then round into another door. Now, don't get me wrong, it's creepy. And it's got a pull cord light, so when you show it around, you see the pull cord light is. But you guarantee when you go there, because it's dark, even when the hall light bits on, the morgue lights on, you tend to put your hand round and pull the cord without looking, and then you walk into the toilet, and you don't see it when you first come in, but as you start to go through the door, because it's over here, then it catches your eye every time. And every one of us, every time we went to the toilet, we screamed. You always knew when someone was going in the toilet because you hear them going, ah! And even though you know it's there, it gets you every time. I don't know how you've done that, mate, but you've put that in the right place. That gets you every time. And it's just things like that. They're brilliant. It's everything in there has been placed brilliantly. Even little gimmicks like the dummy, it's there. It's in the right place, and it gets you every time. Yeah, good, weren't it? What was your favourite bit?
The morgue and the whistling back.
The morgue and the whistling.
Because I tried so hard to debunk it, and
You
I
did.
couldn't debunk it.
Yes, you did. You tried really hard to debunk that. You can't. We've actually got that on video replay to download. We've listened to it this morning. You can actually hear the whistling back. We have actually got it on the live because I listened to it this morning. So that'll be one that'll be coming off. Be coming off from what's his name, and we'll be putting that on her page. What else? What else was your favourite bit? Babe? Kev, what was your favourite bit? Yeah, you're on here. What was your favourite bit, mate? Of the night? What was your favourite bit of the investigation? There's the link for it, guys. Jim's just put it on. There's the link for it. Click on that. That'll take you straight to it. I know Kevin that's on here, so they're
My favourite bit, the shop.
Yeah, we just spoke about the shop. We know it's your favourite bit.
Do you know?
I've already told Craig you've got a big order coming.
I'm not gonna lie. Every room had a favourite bit.
It had a favourite bit in every room.
When we started, the equipment going off on command and showing us where Spirit were, and then the cold behind Keeley, but then the bang on the stairs.
And the foot, the foot.
The clown
foot
thing, that was weird. But not just that, it's like when you went upstairs, you were still getting evidence, but you could hear, I'm telling you, that rocking chair were rocking.
That rocking chair was rocking. Sounded like it, didn't it? It might be a time, but can spirits play mind games? Yes, they can, Claire. One got me last night. I was just talking about that a minute ago. He's got one in there called Michael, and they don't normally get me, but he got me good and proper last night, and he really did get me good and proper. The whole night was amazing. All the equipment was brilliant. It's hard, isn't it, Kev? It's hard to pick one actual bit of evidence that stood out, because it all stood out. Did a lot of signs. Do you know what, guys? When we got in there, we were shattered when we got in there. That's the only thing we said that we done wrong, weren't it? Is doing that one last. Because when we got in there, we were absolutely no energy. We were shattered. and and then we done a board, and then Kev forgot to zoom out the board, so everyone was watching in the middle of the table while we're doing other things. It was the end of the night, but what? So
We
we're
couldn't
going.
stop laughing. I think
We just couldn't
got
stop
to the
laughing.
point.
We were sort of like in giggle mode. So what we decided, we already decided we was coming back before we even left. So what we'll do is next time we'll come in there, we'll do the seance room first while we're still energised up and everything, and have a good crack in there first. I think that's where we'll start next time, and then go round and do it that way. It's oh no, let's just read your comments. It's not a big place, but there's so much. But it's big enough, isn't it? Don't you think it's big enough? It depends how many of you go there. I mean, we went with five, and that way it was plenty big enough for five. Plenty big enough, weren't it? I think I think it's plenty big enough. But do you know what, guys? When we went there, so I've never really, you get to see it when Craig does his live, or the team do their lives or whatever. You do get to see it. You see other people in there. You never get an actual feel to it, do you? And it was actually bigger than what I thought. I was quite surprised when I got in there. It was actually bigger than what I thought. Um, do I want one?
Yeah, I'm starving.
Yeah, go on then.
I've just ordered that what I got last
Yeah,
time.
just get what we got last time. Keith's face kept going blurred most of the night.
Keely were really on edge.
Keely was on edge all the time in there. What did she say earlier?
It's when we went upstairs. That's where she went really pale.
Yeah.
She
There
was
is
quite edgy.
there was only one bit of the building that I got sort of, I wouldn't say affected, but it was quite funny because Craig was showing this around, and I went and stood by this car. I can't remember what he did tell me what it was, but obviously you don't remember. I've gone over where that what's his name is in the corner with the glass cabinet next to it.
The thing off the ride.
Yeah, the thing off the ride. I went and stood there, I'm looking in this glass cabinet, and I went all sick and funny and started hot and sweaty. And it was literally just as I was feeling it, Craig turns around and goes, a lot of people stand over there and start feeling sick, and I thought, wow, that's weird, because I feel quite rough at the moment, and I was putting it down to stuffing too much food before I went in there. But yeah, that was a bit of a freaky bit in that corner. It was safe to say I stayed away from that corner all night. So yeah. So if you, Jeremy, if you want to put your pin up again, just keep putting your pin up while I'm on.
Can you say hi to me?
Hi, Sky.
I've been waiting for a reply on Instagram. Someone needs to.
I'm not looking at the comments. All right. Hi, Sky. I don't only look at the comments on here.
Okay, I'm happy now.
Right, okay.
Let's look at
So
what
if you want,
this
yeah,
one.
just keep putting your pin up, Gem or Craig, just pin it as we're going along. I really don't mind. Oh, the review, mate, you've earned them reviews. I'll tell you what, you guys have earned that review. Like I said in my comments and all that, you've put in the work. You, like I said, you get there and you walk into place and you're like, wow, yeah. And then, see, I didn't know, like I say, I didn't know you only opened it in sort of August. And you look around it and you think, wow, this place looks like it's been here years, you know, with the collection you got in there and the artifacts and everything. But then when you sit down and you have a chat over coffee and all that, and you explain it to us, how you build it up, you've not just gone and got, so and so said this is haunted, right, we'll chuck that in there with that, and we'll chuck that in there with that, and that's got that right up. And you tell us how you've gone about it. I mean, you've been doing it 20 odd years. I mean, you've got them artifacts, and you spent time on each and every one, every artifact in there. You, like you say, you've said yourself, you have spent weeks even trying to find out and work with that artifact to find out if it's haunted. If you get nothing from it, you don't put it in there. Now, I think that's what's made the difference between your place and then any other place out there, because you've put the time in to find out if that artifact's haunted. So you've now got a building that's full of haunted artifacts that you know about. I mean, like for example, your coffins. You know you don't need to work with coffins because you know coffins are always going to be haunted. They've had thousands of body, like the morgue tables. You're always going to get something off a morgue table. Like you know, I've got a piece myself. I've played with a piece myself. I've had no problems with it. It's good results. I've had like REM pods going off on it and things like that. So them sort of artifacts that you buy in, you know you're going to always get something off them. But all your little ones that you got around there, your dolls and things like that. I don't know whether we were lucky last night and the spirits wanted to play with us or not. I don't know. But in my eyes, if you go into a building like that, you don't get nothing. Give up. Because that is amazing. You've put the work in. You've made that what it is. Oh, that's not a problem, Craig. I'll get you some more while I'm out, mate. As I go out, I'll pick you some more up, mate, and send them over to you. But you've earned that. I'll tell you now, guys. You have earned that. You've put you can tell you've put your heart and soul into that, and you've made a brilliant place. And like I said in my reviews of it, that's up there. That is up there. Beats the Grey Street in my eyes. Even the whole team have backed me up on this. Beats the Grey Street, beats 30 East Drive, beat all the ones we've been to. Every single location we've paid. We've done all the top ones that are meant to be haunted. This has beat them all. This is up there.
This is going to be hard to beat.
I don't think anyone's going to beat this one. I really don't. I think the problem you're going to have, well, you're not going to have, paranormal people like us are going to have. If you go to yours first, they're going to be so disappointed with all the others. That I will guarantee. That I can really guarantee. Oh, Irene, that's all right, Irene. I've been waffling on. I said I was going to finish, but I've waffled on and waffled on. I'll have a look back on replay. Yeah, that's not a problem. Where was I?
You've seen how awesome your wife is.
How awesome that place is,
And
I
that
know,
you're not
babe.
going to mind that I've just paid for an Indian out of your
Do you know what? I'll tell you another little. Oh, hold on, I've lost my YouTube. I'll tell you another little thing, and all. Hold on. Let me end this.